G'day guys and welcome back to another episode on the podcast. Today we've got a monthly check-in, a little Let Me Chat episode. Honestly, there's not really much for me to talk about, so this is probably going to be very short. But every time I say that, it ends up being so fucking long. But yeah, again, if you guys are new to the podcast and new to this segment, I have a monthly check-in about my life, what's going on, little updates, anything like that. And honestly, I guess you could say, I guess for me personally, like it's a bit of an eventful period, but there's nothing too major going on that I think will, impact you guys that much. But I guess the first thing really is I'm broke. Like that's a really big struggle at the moment. Like I've got no money saved up, and then I'm going to BTV, which would be sick. I've got no money for that, so hopefully Mum can help me out. But fuck. Let's not beat around the bush. Not really beating around any bush because none of you guys know. But for the people who are close to me, they already know about this, so this would be good for them to listen to. But for the new people listening to this, basically the last couple weeks I was seeing this girl, and I can talk about this because she is French. She's from Paris, so there's no chance of her finding this. Hopefully, if I do, then I might be cooked. Chat. But yeah, I was seeing this. Like I went on 2 dates. Like I wasn't like dating or anything. But yeah, I went on a couple dates with this French girl, 24-year-old French girl who just moved from Cairns to Melbourne, but she was in Cairns for the past 3 or 4 months. And yeah, she originally lived in Paris for her entire life until, she moved to Australia. And I met her at a pub. She was the bartender, and it was my mate's parents' pub that they owned. And we were in this little private room because it was for Steaks Day, but on Steaks Day the weather was shocking. And we're in there, and I saw her there, and I just saw her orange hair. As soon as we walk in, I was like, holy shit, she is gorgeous. And I said that to one of my mates, and then later in the day, like maybe an hour later, we're like, look, let's go get a champagne. Let's pretend like we're going to drink champagne for the day and just go over there and just like talk to her. And we both go over, and this is me and my mate Cade. We both go over and we ask, will we be able to get a glass of champagne? She's like, we? She didn't say we. She said yes. She's like, yes, of course. And we both just stand there and we just say nothing, and we just stare at each other, try not to laugh the entire time. And it was such a in the moment thing. It's a shit story, but it was in the moment thing, and it was so funny just watching like everything just pan out. Like we were just laughing at each other, trying to think of something to say, and then we end up saying nothing. Just go, thank you, take our champagnes, walk away. But then I was talking to one of my girl mates, Jada, and I was like, fuck, that bartender is so attractive. Like, she's gorgeous. And Jada was like, just go talk to her. And I'm like, no, that's fucking scary. Are you serious? And she's like, Charlie, stop being a fucking pussy and go and talk to her. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. So after that, like I got up out of my chair and I started walking to the bar. I'm like, okay, I can't turn around now because that just looks fucking sus. It looks weird. And so then I walk over to the bar and then ask her for a drink, like for my drink, not to go get a drink, but for my drink. And she's like, yeah, of course, gets my drink, and then just made a bunch of small talk, like, oh, I noticed your accent, like, where you from, like, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? And she was like, no, I don't. And I was like, oh, I was wondering if I could get your number. And she's like, yeah, sure. And I whip out my phone to give it to her, and then she just walks away. And I was like, what the fuck? And then the bloke next to her, who was also bartending, he goes, "Yeah, mate, look, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck, that's bad. That looks really bad on my part. Like, I just not even stood up. Just looks like she just gave me nothing." But then she walks back from the back room, and she walks with her phone, and then I realised, oh my god, she doesn't know her phone off by heart. She doesn't know her phone number. And so then brings her phone back, puts the number in my phone, calls her number so that I have it as well. And I got the number, and then waited later in the night, texted her what she was doing. She was busy, so then we organised to catch up. Went on a couple dates, and it went well. But literally yesterday, she texts me and goes, "Oh, yeah, the age gap is just too much." Like, that's basically what she said. It was a little bit of broken English, but in summary, it was like, "Oh, I think the age gap is just too much. I don't really feel a spark going on." And I was like, "Yeah, fair enough." Because I don't know, I obviously, yeah, there's an age gap, and obviously there's a big difference in living situations. Like, she's living in the city, I'm living in the suburbs. It's like 40 minutes to get to hers, and she's not going to be staying here long term. So I don't know. The entire time I was talking to her, I always had this thought in my head, like where is this going to go? Like, if we both like, this is hypothetical. If we both ended up catching feelings, and then she had to move and go back to Paris or back to Cairns or just travel again, what the fuck would I do? Like, I would just be stuck there, not heartbroken, but like annoyed, and I guess like wasting my energy, because she's eventually going to go away. So what's the point? But I think I just need to experience going on dates. That was my first date in maybe 4 months or something like that. And that date, that was 4 months prior to, like, that gap. The last one before that was probably fucking 3 years. So I'm not much of a, I don't know, I just don't get out there like that. But I think I just need to fucking say yes more often. Like, I'm pretty avoidant of getting into those situations because I'm scared of getting attached or anything like that. And I don't know, I just think I needed to get myself to do that. I also need to get used to talking to different people as well. Like, even random people, I'm just forcing myself to get used to talking like that. I'm practicing what I'm preaching. Going up to random people and talking to them and just having a conversation and being comfortable being uncomfortable. And now I think I'm a lot better at doing that. Not just getting girls' numbers. I'm definitely not good at that. But I think just, being myself to whoever is in front of me, I think I'm doing a lot better at that. But I guess, like, in the whole relationship sense, I don't know, it's actually kind of weird. I was thinking, like, damn, am I ever going to allow myself to let someone into my life? Like, I always just, I don't know, I just have weird thoughts like that, especially with an intimate partner. I don't know, I always just kind of think, like, oh, am I ever going to really find someone? Or how far away is it? But then again, I think, like, every no is one step closer to a yes, if you think of it like that. I guess every fail is one step closer to a success. But funny story, actually, that like pub event, that stakes day or racing event, I actually met a ex-NRL player who offered me personal training gig, which could be pretty helpful with, I guess, the whole, I don't know, aspect of things that I'm really into. Like, I'm really into my health and fitness and everything. So maybe even if I do PT for fucking few months, 6 months, and just see how it goes, could be really beneficial for me. And I think I just don't want to. I don't want to stick to a niche. Like I don't want to stick to. Oh, it has to be about training. It has to be about nutrition, or the podcast has to be about strictly health. Like obviously that's what I'm catering towards, and that's what I'm steering myself towards, because that's what I'm interested in. But fuck, if I end up traveling a bit, like I want to save up and go on exchange for school. So even if I end up traveling and I end up vlogging, like who knows, I might end up vlogging a bit. I've been thinking about it a lot, but I don't want to be carrying around this big ass beefy camera the entire time of when I'm out and about. It just feels awkward, and also like I look like a fucking idiot. And I don't care about people judging me, but I care about how I look, like how I present myself. I don't want to be walking around with this big intimidating camera in front of everyone. I'm trying to save up for a smaller one. A Sony something. I've forgotten what it's called, but it's in my Safari on one of my tabs, so that I don't forget about it. But I've been thinking about vlogging. I've been thinking about bloody posting about fragrances more often, because that's also another big hobby of mine. I've got a massive fragrance collection. Like, it's actually out of hand. Wait, I'll go get them. This is only like... Oh, shit. Fuck. This is only like half of what I've got. And this has decreased from the past 3 months. Like, I've finished and also given away so many... Okay, I need to put this down. But yeah, I reckon I want to post a little bit more about different stuff, especially on like TikTok and Instagram. I just want to post more about stuff that I'm interested in, because I think I need to build a image for myself if I want to, start, I guess, expanding and doing more stuff with social media, rather than me just sitting in my fucking room with my $50 setup, which needs improving, but I don't know. I like how this is. I like just doing stuff like this. I've also, like, I've said this before, but I would love to do public interviews, like even 5-10 minute interviews. But fuck, it's scary thinking of that. Like sitting at a table for 4 hours or 5 hours throughout the day and just hoping that someone thinks, yeah, fuck it, I'll go over there and talk to this guy for 10 minutes. I've been thinking of that, but I think I need to do it with someone. Obviously I need someone to be behind the camera and filming all of it, but it's scary to think of. Like, I was very scared about that. But there's so many stuff that I'm thinking of doing, but I don't know. I don't know. I actually am scared of doing it, because I don't know how to approach. It's weird. It's a weird one. But yeah, there's a lot of ideas I want to do, but like I'd love to do vlogs and travel vlogs of what I've been doing with, exchange. Like, when I eventually go on exchange, I'd love to do vlogs. But on a side note, 15 minutes. I said there's going to be a shorter episode because I don't have much to talk about, but it's weird. I can just talk out of my ass for some reason. But yeah, okay, I'll just try and cut it short. Don't want to overload with a bunch of bullshit, but that's what's been going on in my life. Actually, last bit, finger has been going pretty well. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if it will focus, but for the listeners, fingernail is now full of blood and pus. Don't know if that's good or not, but I'm pretty sure my fingernail is going to fall off. And I've also developed plantar fasciitis. Not like officially, I haven't been diagnosed, but I know that is a development. Like, what I have is the development of plantar fasciitis. And I haven't been able to run. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do a marathon this year, unfortunately. Which is a bit annoying, but I know for a fact I'm signing up for the Melbourne Marathon next year because I'm running it for my mate's mum who passed away, and raising money for that. And I also want to do another charity one. I want to do another charity run for one of my mates who passed away this year. Yeah. But yeah, that's all for today. Yeah, that brings to the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later in the week. This will be posted ASAP. Posting twice this week because I forgot to post last week, or I didn't want to post last week. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday.